Born of Osiris, man, they've dodged that fucking bullet for so long, and it's my one gripe about Born of Osiris.
Dream is dead.
The dream is dead.
We'll do that song eventually, obviously.
Damn it. It pisses me off to no end that they will probably never play. And all of a sudden they start playing it live, and then now it's like everyone's hooked on it. And no wonder. By the time that they were able to come up to see us, Jason was long gone, and they couldn't really touch anything on Discovery without fucking it up. So,
well, no, because Lee couldn't play shit, right?
There was that too, but
that's what I'm saying.
Not
that you would notice, I guess. If you didn't know, you would notice.
There were several. Bella Maya was also always renowned for being really good live, at least especially with Brandon Butler days.
Oh yeah.
Like, I remember Bella Maya being like really like better live, honestly, than they were on the album. Like, several times.
That comments clap shit. There's just like there's no replicating that.
It was so good live. Yeah, it was so good live.
It was so mint on the record. It was the same thing live. It was like unbelievable. Yeah. There's just no replicating that shit. I
remember a rock fest that we went to. It was the same one where Meshuggah sounded like shit. Who else was it? Demu kind of sounded like. Was it Demu Borgir that we saw? That was kind of like, it was okay, but it wasn't great. I think there was
Demu was
the Limp Bizkit. The Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit sucked balls. Yeah, it was a year before. Meshuggah and the Limp Bizkit was a year before Demu.
Yeah, maybe. But I remember there was one year at Rockfest that we saw like a bunch of bands off of the one stage that sounded like shit. Like it was really like a lot of people were fucking up. I think it was including Meshuggah. And then I remember Born of Osiris coming out. And honestly, like, because we were hyped for a bunch of other bands that didn't sound good, and Born of Osiris, like,
but they were a different stage, though, right? So it might have just been
it could have been a different setup. But Born of Osiris still always to me always sounded really good live. Like they've never, sounded bad live.
No.
Obviously, everyone's seen the videos of Lee not being able to do whatever solos.
Fair enough.
Like, if it's off of the Discovery, like they just won't do it because they just can't, and that's.
Well, it's not fair. It's not fair.
It's not really fair.
You're taking one of the greatest guitarists of all time, and you're expecting like somebody else just fucking do it all of a sudden.
But obviously, everyone wants to see them do it, though. Still, it doesn't change the fact that we all want to see them do it.
Well, that's the thing. At least you just suck it up and be like, okay, just put a backtrack on it, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, that is what it should have been. Like the most disappointing thing about Born of Osiris to me is that like they will never do basically anything off of the Discovery live ever, probably ever again.
Is that right? He's just that bitter about it?
I have no idea, but we've been trying to get them to play Regenerate. I don't know how long now.
They were close at one time, yeah.
They've been close a couple times, but like just the hoops that to get them to jump through to play it live. If you know anything about the gent world, and for us, anyways, as far as I'm concerned, Regenerate is one of the better songs that Born of Osiris has ever done, and they've probably played it from all the research I can see, like a handful of times, like a few times in the States and maybe once or twice in Europe. The times that they when they were playing it, they had Jason Richardson playing for them, which unfortunately at the time they couldn't cross the Canadian border because somebody had a drug charge on them. I don't remember who it was. I think I used to know who it was, but I don't remember anymore.
That was the drummer. Yeah.
Was it Cameron?
That was Cam.
I have no idea anymore. I used to know who it was, but I off the top of my head, I can't remember who it was. But the point is they could never come up here to see us. So when they were playing the Discovery, which is as one of their best albums, as far as I'm concerned, we never got to see any of that live. And by the time that they were able to come up to see us, Jason was long gone, and they couldn't really touch anything on Discovery without fucking it up. So basically, since we've been able to see them live consistently, and even before then, like we saw them before then live, like we saw them do New Rain before then, they never really gave a whole lot of love to the rest of the album of Discovery. Like they would do Follow the Signs. I think they did Devastate and Recreate a couple times. Maybe Automatic Motion, something like that. But they never touched Regenerate, which is like one of those songs that for them is definitely their most underrated and definitely one of their best, if not their best song. And they just don't do it. And now it's even worse. Now that they don't have Joe with them anymore, it's like when are they ever gonna do? God only knows. Like anyway, it's really good.
I'm interested to hear what they're gonna do. Like if you kick him, you obviously have a plan. So let's go. Let's see what the plan is.
They didn't kick Joe. Joe just left.
Well, whatever. Hopefully they have it. They can come up with a plan without him.
Torchbearer, I think it's Torchbearer is one of the ones that they came up with last year, and then there was another one. And a couple of singles that came out last year that I think were without Joe that were actually quite good. Like I actually really like Torchbearer. That's a really good song, and I think that's without Joe. So like again, like Born of Osiris is still a good band. But regardless, as an old metalhead, as an old Born of Osiris fan, God fucking damn it, it pisses me off to no end that they will probably never play Regenerate. So
And we were literally at the show, and we had prepped them to do it when they came.
well, because we've asked them every single time they've ever come here. I talk with them like whenever I get a chance. I've met with them all of them several times in different contexts, and every single time I've had the chance, like I've always, because again, Regenerate's one of my favorite songs they ever done. I've always been like, why the fuck do you not play this song that
Dude,
is?
I still remember that show, dude. I think it was towards the end of the show. They paused for a bit, and me and you were screaming Regenerate,
it's on YouTube.
And he looked at us. He's like, no. They hesitated for a sec. They kind of looked around, like thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he turns, he's like, no. It's like, oh, fuck. Clearly, you guys thought about it for a second.
I think I vaguely remember this because they stopped it. Looked, they all knew. Like it was very clearly it was up to Lee if he was going to be able to do it or not, basically. But the other thing too is like every single time I've talked to them, like we have a show or whatever. I remember like several different shows that we saw them at. Like afterwards, I talked to them like, "Yo, you guys ever think you're gonna do Regenerate?" And there was one show that like before this other show that we saw them at, where all of them, like 3 or 4 of them, all were like, "Damn, this is like a lot of people are requesting Regenerate. Maybe we should actually do it." And I remember them telling, like, I think it was Joe, and I think it was like maybe Cam were like, "Okay, we're gonna push to try and get this like to actually play Regenerate," and they were like, "Yeah, well, next time we come up to Canada, we'll play Regenerate." Like I remember prepping with them, like even before I'm like, "You guys gonna play Regenerate?" Like, "Oh yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna try to make it happen." Shows like they came into the show, did the show. They have their last the last song that they did, and they were about to do the encore. And there's that pause, but they're still.
And we were chanting. Me and you started the chant.
Me and you were like, we're saying Regenerate loud enough that you could damn well hear it across the whole venue, and everyone just stopped, and you could just hear us being like, "Play Regenerate."
Literally pin drop.
And we're just like, I'm pretty sure like Ronnie and Joe looked at Lee. And then Lee was just like not looking at anybody, and then they're like, "Okay, never mind."
He's like, "No."
Yeah.
And I just moved on.
Yeah, pretty much. But that was like the last
closest
time that
we
really
got.
tried
Closest we got. That was
to
it.
get them to play Regenerate. They're not. I don't think they're ever gonna play Regenerate.
The dream is dead.
The dream is dead.
We'll do that song eventually, obviously.
Yeah, we should. Here's the thing, like, we talk about like other bands that like have these songs that like are their magnum opus songs. Like Era figured that out, right? Like Era's Regenerate is Dementia, and they figured it out. Like they realized
they just play it. Yeah.
It's like by the grace of God. I'm not gonna take full responsibility for this, but I was definitely part of the ones that told them did the same thing with them. Like, hey, look, you guys should play Dementia when you come around because nobody knows about it, and it's probably your best song. They finally listened for once. Came up. I think the first time they played it was up here in Canada, and they haven't stopped playing it on their tours as far as since I've seen them since. Like they played it when we saw them, and it's goddamn unbelievable. Like they keep playing it because they know it's fucking legit. If you're an old metalhead that listens to Era, you're never gonna fall in with that song for sure. But those kind of like it goes a long way. I think if you listen to your fans, you listen to especially the ones that have been with you for long enough. I don't know. It just speaks volumes to like the ones that are willing to like give back that way. Born of Osiris, man, they've dodged that fucking bullet for so long, and it's my one gripe about Born of Osiris. I love them. They're a great band. Born of Osiris is one of my favorite bands. They're on my arm for a reason, but I will take it to my grave in some way that they never played Regenerate. I'm just like, what a goddamn shame.
And teased us so hard with it.
Yeah. That's like I don't know, man. Play a goddamn backtrack. I don't give a fuck if it's just Cameron that can fucking play it. How the other 4 get off the fucking stage and just play it on the fucking PA for all I care.
Yeah.
If I'm at a Born of Osiris concert, I just want to fucking hear that song, and lose my shit. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a few of us that aren't enough, whatever. But that's the other part of this too is that since like era started playing Dementia live, Dementia has gotten huge. Like Dementia was like an underdog song that nobody fucking knew about, and then all of a sudden they start playing it live, and then now it's like everyone's hooked on it. And no wonder. Same with Regenerate. I swear to God, if Born of Osiris gave that song some fucking love, it would be one of their best songs. I swear to God.
Sounds like another nail in the coffin too.
It's just one of those, and the end of Regenerate. We'll get it. We'll do Regenerate this year. Yeah. We'll probably do Regenerate.
At some point, we're gonna do Regenerate. We're gonna do It's Torn Away.
Yeah, we'll do It's Torn. We had to do Dementia. We got to do Regenerate. We got to do It's Torn Away. We'll get around to these like Mac Daddy songs at some point.
Yeah, our tops.
Definitely. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. Next up, JAA Become. This one's going to be more heavy, but kind of a little bit progressive, a little on the interesting side. Worth checking out as a band. If you have a subwoofer under your desk, this one's for you. Stay tuned.